And we're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this very beautiful March the 30th at 5:42 in the morning. How are you doing? So, time travel. You know what? I truly believe that time travel could be true or not. And here's what I'm saying. You know, there's a really interesting film called Event Horizon where it pretty much has to do with making a wormhole, which I think would be one of the essential parts of time travel. A wormhole is also called a Rosen bridge, which was named after Albert Einstein and Nathan Rose, okay? The idea of what is the shortest point between two objects is traditionally a cross, but a wormhole means that we're going to take point A and point B and we're going to bring them together, coming out on the other side. It's fascinating. It really is, right? That little example I gave, by the way, is in a great film, Event Horizon, where they explain this, and it's a horror film, where basically they, there's a ship that goes missing for like 50 years or whatever, and out of nowhere, it appears again, and it's sending an SOS signal. And I'm not going to get into it, but it's freaking amazing. I'm going to go see it again tonight. It's amazing. You've got to see it. It's called Event Horizon. But it has to do with, that's actually teleportation and stuff, but I believe that would be an essential part of time travel. Now, backstepping just a little bit. You know, I feel like the only way a time machine could exist, okay, would be if that machine was made. All right, this being complex and trying to make it simple, I'm going to say it like this. If you built a time machine based off of elements, okay, of this current time, metal, aluminum, trees, water, whatever you would have to need to make a time machine, I don't believe it would work. And the reason why is because you're essentially trying to make a machine that has to go in the exact way that when you travel, it's a measured distance. If from one point to another, right? You're using it with elements that are trapped in this time. I believe the only way you could actually create it would be if you made some sort of a gateway, a wormhole, which could bend that whole space and time continuum. I'm using some big words. I'm actually a science nerd, but that's besides the point. All right, I'm a big geek when it comes down to it in some aspects. So that's what's so interesting about this film, and that's what I think is interesting about time travel. I don't think it would be possible unless you had this wormhole. The crazier thing about it is that they actually have this machine that they made in Europe, where they're essentially making black holes and smashing atoms together every single day. And they're studying what it is inside called, that's actually happening in the scientific elements and stuff like that. It's like this 20-mile large, and I'm paraphrasing, and if I use technical terms, it's just going to sound worse, right? But it's basically like this 20-mile, oh, look at that, go. Sorry about that. Giant metal tube that they force gas and light and all sorts of other stuff into, and they speed it up, and somehow, some way, they crash together atoms and they make little black holes, and they study in periods of seconds, all right, what they're creating. And there's actually the comedian, Joe Rogan. He actually mentioned this in one of his specials. It's so unscientific and scientifically exact time. Part of what it's called the Hadron Collider. Okay, and it's in Switzerland. And just knowing the fact that they're actually making black holes makes me feel like time travel could potentially be a good idea, so they can go back in time and stop creating this project, because I don't see that much good coming from it. Now, just to get into one more quick thing as far as wormholes go, all right, also known as a Rosen bridge. There's a few different types. There's traversable, non-traversable, and one way. Non-traversable means that essentially nothing can enter it and nothing is going to escape it. Essentially, it's not something that you can like travel through, plain and simple, right? Traversable means, in theory, right, that you can go in one side and come out in the other. All right. And when you go in one side, you should be coming out into another universe. That's the crazy thing about it, right? And the one way means, you know, you can go one way, but you can't come back, which sounds even crazier. Imagine entering a doorway in your house, and after you entered it, you're in not a different room, if you're in a different house. And you don't have a way of getting back into your house. You don't have a clue whose house you're in or nothing really, whatever. None of it makes sense. That's how crazy all this stuff is. So I really wanted to talk about it, and that's my rant, and I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe just go see that film Event Horizon, because it's so amazing. It's so good. It's so good. All right, guys, you have the best day ever. I'm Benja Welldone. Check me out. Get your freaky science on. Peace.